Today we'll learn chapter 5, database system and applications. In this chapter actually, this is the main core chapter for managing the whole information system, for designing, for creating, manipulating the whole database and information system, the data mostly. The main core of this chapter, the main core topic is data here. Data, and the result of data is information system. See, every organization has different departments with different functional areas. You can say business areas like marketing, sales, production department, accounting department, finance department, okay, and most manufacturing department, and so on. Every department has ability to capture the data, capture the store the data. They can have collect the data. They can collect the data from many sources, So how this data is organized, how this data is kept stored, okay, how this data is useful for the organization, for managers, for making decisions. Okay, so this is the concept where database systems evolved. Okay, without data, any organization cannot stand and cannot be successful without data, and without processing data also. You got the data, but you cannot process this data into a useful information. So you take the data, work on this data, that's called processing, and making a useful, valuable information, which is used by the managers for making decision here. So here we learn the concept called database system. Okay, types of database systems, database management system, types of databases, and next designing aspects, modeling of databases, maintenance of database, and activities of database. In this chapter we learn many different concepts of database systems. See, you will see with one by one here. Data management and modeling are the key aspects, means key feature of organizing data and information. How do you, because once you capture the data from different sources within the organization, outside the organization, you must organize the data before it will be used as information, right? So you organize data as well as the information, the result of the data process, the information, valuable information. So data management is, and modeling, designing, mostly modeling is nothing but a designing part of data, the key important role for organizing the data and information, right? So we'll see the more about physical and logical database design consideration, and relational database model also. We'll see what is relational database. A well designed and well managed database is an extremely valuable tool in supporting decision making. So I have well designed, well planned, well managed database is an extremely well, means more valuable, means is profitable, and easy decision making. Okay, what are the advantages of information systems is because of well designed and well managed database system. Okay, so we'll identify some of the functions performed by the database management system, mostly activities of database management system. Okay, and we'll see different various types of database management system also. The number and types of database application will continue to evolve and yield real business benefits. See, how do you access this database? How do you manipulate? How do you view? How do you get the information from this database? By using database applications. There are numerous database applications are evolved or have been created by different companies, vendors. So to for making a real business benefits, right? Which benefits the organization business, right? So you'll see these different types of just examples of different types of database applications. So why we learning the database systems and applications? As you say, huge amount of data. As in the beginning of class I told you, data captured from many sources with different departments, okay, of the organization. The huge amount of data is captured for processing by computers every day, right? So every department has computers, they capture the data. Okay, so that has to be processed, right? Learning database systems and application help you to most effective use of information. So you should have a knowledge about how to use this information and how these applications are useful for making the effective use of information for the organization, mostly in making decisions, right? So database and applications are to extract and analyze valuable information, can help you to succeed in your career. So you can make your own personal career in this database as like database administrator, data administrator, analyzer, data analysis, many data mining, big data. There are many scope of the employee and the scope of the person who has experience. I mean, who will get trained in this one, like have experience in database and applications also. Okay, so we have this combination of database and application are helps to analyze valuable information. Okay, and also helps to build the career. Data management. What is data management? You can say without data, okay, and the ability to process it, means you have data, without data and ability to process, and also you have a process of you don't have the organization has no ability to process whatever the data they have. So an organization could not successfully complete the most business activities, right? So it means without data and ability to process. Okay, even if you have data and you don't have ability to process the data, your organization cannot be successful to complete the business activities. Like what are the business activities? Checking the paying the employee, right? Future sales, and you can say how much production has to be done, right? So these are the activities, business activities, communication with the consumers. So all these things will not be possible without data. So it's one of the critical resource of the organization to run the business is data here, data and information. Data consists, as we see in the chapter 2 or 1, you can say data is a consists of raw facts, simply a employee number, sales numbers, student ID, student numbers, GPA. I mean, it's photo, video, audio. This is a raw facts which has no meaning at all. It's not organized. So data must be organized in a meaningful way to transform into useful information. So in order to make it useful information, data must be organized, in a meaningful, means before, when you capture it is not non-meaningful, means there is no meaning at all, meaningless. So you must organize using some programs, applications, so that it will become a useful information for the organization. So that is a data management here. Let's see the introduction of database. What is database? This is the real core where your information, data store, everything stored here, like an organized collection of data, just organized, okay, collection of data. So how do you access this data? By using a programs called database management system, right? Accessing this data using the help of program system. Database management system is a group of program that manipulate the database. That manipulate means database consists data, simply you can say database consists data. Okay, so to manipulate, everyone knows what is manipulation, right? Manipulation: adding, creating, deleting, weaving, selecting, linking. So many manipulations. Okay, that's so using with the help of management system, database management system, DBMS, we can manipulate the database data in the database, and also provides the user, okay, interface between the database and its users and other applications. Means that's like an operating system which provides a interface to the users, programs and users with hardware, right? So it sits between hardware and users. Similarly, database management system is interface between database system and user applications. So like it's interface between the user and database. So whenever user wants to request any data, so with the help of application, it will send query to the database will extract data or modify data based on the user's action. It will interact with the database system, right? That's one thing. So let's see what is data. Data we are talking about here, the hierarchy of data. So beginning of data here, data starting is bit, right? The bit, everyone knows what is bit, a binary digit, either 0 or 1, or true, false, or on, off. So represent a bit in any different ways, like in electronics it is represented as either on or off, right? On means assume 1, off means 0. So a bit is a single digit, a binary digit, that may be a 0 or 1. So group of this bits become byte. So one byte is it made up of 8 bits. So group of 8 bits become one byte. This byte represents a character, a letter, a symbol, anything, any letter, operator. You see the keyboard, you have many keys, right? So each keys represent one character, that's called byte. So a byte has 8 bits, right? So this one. So group of character is called a field. I can say group of characters become a field. But what is field exactly? Definition: that describe the aspect of business object or activity. Means it's the example: name, a number, a combination of characters, group of characters, okay, that describe the aspect, the feature or characteristics of an object, right, or activity. Assume a student, like if you take a student name, first name is a field name, simply column name. Roll number or ID number, student ID, this is a field name. Student course name, that course name is the ID. It's like a label, column name, or attribute. Both are same, attribute and field as both same. So defines the aspect of the business object. Okay, a student is an object here. Student is an object. It may be object, it may be a task, activity also. So we'll see more about this one. Record. What is a record here? A record is a collection of related data fields. There are many data fields. Okay, so group of these data fields. Collection related means one record has one field has relation with another field, right? There's a relation. There should be a relation between these two. Okay, this is collection of related data fields is called record. File, a collection of related records. Just see the hierarchy. Okay, I show you here. Collection of bits, byte. Collection of byte, field. Collection of record fields, record. Collection of records, file. Collection of file, database. Simple. A collection of integrated and related file. Just keep the word related. Okay, every field, every data, every record has relationship with each other. So that's called everything is. This is example of a relational database management system, right? So this is hierarchy: bits, characters. Here bytes, characters, nothing but bytes. Fields are attributes, records, files, and database, right? So this is hierarchy of the data here. So simple example is explaining with the example the hierarchy of data here. See the characters. The character is a group of 8 bits, right? So assume a letter F is represented in the form of binary. Okay, 8 bits in ASCII, right? So this is not necessary to remember everything. Just see F is represented. This is one character. F is represented binary format. Okay, in the form of bits is F is 1001. This is character, right? So group of these letters F, I, S, K, FISC, right? So this is FISC is a last name of the field. Any name, for example, your name is Muhammad Abdulaziz, whatever. Okay, so like this. So Abdulaziz or Muhammad, this is a name, right? That's a field name, mostly the name of the field, Then record. See a record, complete record. Okay, so he has what is the record here? Record containing SSN, maybe some number of the record, last name, first name, and hire date, right? Some name, ID numbers, like similar to ID number, name of this employee, personal. Here personal means employee here, his first name, last name, and hiring date, when he was hired in the organization. This is one record, one row. Record nothing but one khat, row, saf. Okay, another one is files. Group of records. This group of records is files. So you have more than one employees. Okay, so the employee number, employee name, details, and his hiring date. So group of files. Again, group of these personal files are called database. See, one personal file here, one personal file here, and department file, payroll file, different files. Okay, so group of these files, okay, of an organization, means here the data is stored in the form of files, isn't it? The whole data information stored in the form of files. This collection of these files become one database, one database. So that's it's called example. See, for more understanding these slides, I added another example for related to students, right? For here, see her character A, single character A, simply just writing here character. An example I'm giving, field is Abdullah, I'm giving a name, first name is Abdullah, and record ID number, name, and as well as his major. What is the major? COID, right? This is singular. Just giving ID number, name, which major a student belongs to, right? The student file. This is now record, group of records. Like we have many students in the COIT major. So how many students? You have another student name, student name again Abdullah, MMET. Another student with a different ID. Look, the ID number is different. Same name in MMET, and again another student, three records of three files. This is three records of the students in one file, student file. So student file, department file, major file, core file. This is called database. Project database. This is complete project, means one complete file, one complete database file which has files of departments and majors, course files, and student files, right? So yes, this is simple example of hierarchy of data. Okay, so moreover we'll see the more properties and characteristics of database and management system here. Entity. What is meant by entity? An entity is a person or a place or a thing for which data is collected, stored, and maintained. Simply, an entity is a real world entity, a real world thing, a thing which is existed in dunya, right? A world, a real time, okay, a real world. A person, example, a person, any person who is existing in dunya. Yes, a place, any location, country, a thing, anything, a table, chair, computer, okay, product name, right? Service. So what is the thing, right? So anything which has data is collected, for which data is collected, stored, and maintained. To make it simple, I just explain as a student. You take a student, a real world entity is an entity. This guy is a person, right? A person, a student, okay, for which data is collected. What is the data for the student? Student name, first name, last name, student ID, GPA, major, courses registered, his account details, mobile number, email ID, right? Marks, grades, GPA, many things we can collect it for the data. This data is collected and stored in the database, as we can maintain this stored data into the in the database. That is called entity. Entity is simply called a thing. Okay. Attributes. A characteristics of an entity. Attribute is also known as field. So a characteristics of a field means describe the what is the characteristics. What is the first name? What is the ID number? Okay. What is this simply a column name of the uh, tables. Okay, that's a field name. Data item. What is the item in the field? This specific value of an attribute. What is the value of the item? Means if I say student ID number, so 361709080, this is one data item of student number. 37138190830, whatever the number, right? These are the items. These are called data item. The value of the attribute, the value of the field, right? There are some another one is primary key. A field is a field or attribute or set of fields, okay, that uniquely identifies the record, right? So how do I identify you a student record? By using a unique ID, that is student ID number. So student ID number is a unique one, so no student has the same ID number, right? So it may be a field, single field, or multiple fields also, like mobile numbers. Mobile number also uniquely identified, because no two mobile numbers should be same, or email ID also. So these are the fields which will uniquely identify the record of each entity, or the record, identify the fields of the records, right? The data means each entity has been given a specific ID, right? So example, you see the database table. Okay, so here employee name, last name, first name, hire date, department, which department this employee working. His employee name, okay, his name is John Francis, hire date, and this is a department number also. So this is key fields. This is key field. See here, I mean this is primary key for this employee. Okay, and the name John, France, this date and this number, this is called data items, right? And the employee name, okay, sorry, employee name, last name, first name, this is called field name or attributes. Field, you can see here field and attributes. This is one table. Okay, and this whole is information recorded. This is called entity record, employee record, employee records, employee. There are many employees records. So this is one entity here, employee records. So let's see what is database approach, how the data is approached to store this data, how to maintain everything. So we have two types of approaches to maintain this data, to maintain the data and information about entities, different entities or things. So traditional approach, what is a traditional means? Old approach, basics approach before the development of database and evolving of more different types of databases now. Traditional one, the old legacy. Traditional approach to data management, each distinct operational system used data files dedicated to the system. Means every system in the organization has their own set of database model, design and system, right? For example, if you say consider a department like payroll system, a finance department has their own set of database system and they are working on this data. Again, marketing has their own set of database system, sales has their own set of database system, production department same they have their own database systems, inventory control has their own database systems, everyone has their own database system. This is traditional way, means before the development of information system, everyone has their own set of independent database system. That is a traditional approach, so that they can work on they have their own application, their own database, right? So there is no communication between the departments, between the functions, very weak communication, you can say. There is a gap of the communication for exchange of information because they have different database system. To what is database approach? Now this is our new one. To the data management, database approach to the database data management, information system share a pool of related data. Means here all the departments are sharing, are related, are linked a under a one pool. Means one pool, they are all common place, they are integrated into a one common, means all different departments are sharing, okay, and connected the data here mostly. This is called integrated data system, integrated database system. This is called information system, and it will become information. You have information about all the operational system of the organization. Let's see the example, database approach to data management. Here assume an organization database. Here you have payroll data, inventory data, invoicing data, other data, any kind of other data. So how do you access this data? By using database management system, DBMS. Okay, so this is a programs which can access this database system. These programs like this is system software, like a system software. Okay, assume like a system, it's not a system software, assume like a system software. Okay, so this database management system is program which can have manipulation on this data on behalf of programs, application programs like here Oracle, SQL Server. There are many different types of database applications over here. Invoicing program means your inventory data, your inventory program, your payroll data, your payroll program, your invoicing data, invoicing program. Okay, other management queries, management program has management for management here. So we have users here, so it will generate payroll system, means you have seen multiple users. Okay, many users, many reports. So this is a database approach to data management here, one of the basic model of the database management system, how it will interacting with the database system. So whenever you are building a database, okay, so consider the following characteristics or properties. Okay, whenever you want to design a build a database. Okay, so this is content, what what data should be collected and what cost, at what cost is what the content, mostly what data you have It may be a simple text based data, image based data, combination, video, audio data, different types of data we have, right? So different types of data, what content and what is the cost of capturing and collecting this data, maintaining this data. So the content and the cost of the data also be, okay, needs to be considered. And accessibility data, what data should be provided to the which users and when, right? So data accessibility, mostly data accessibility, data availability, data permissions, security, authorization, everything should be understand, considered, right? So this is accessibility here. For example, I'm working in a payroll system, right? My colleague is working in uh, inventory system. So inventory employee cannot access payroll data. Payroll data employees cannot access the inventory data. Another way, I am an MIT employee. Okay, I cannot access, I cannot change the courses or anything data related to electrical, mechanical, okay, chemical. So I don't have access to their data. Their employee has their data, right? So every data is organized, kept in one place, but still have access. Limit access means this is the feature. This is a feature or property of the database, supporting feature of the database. So you have accessibility feature over this. You need to consider this accessibility. Okay. So next, logical structure. How should data be arranged so that makes sense? Means how do you arrange this? How do you design? How do you kept the data in the database? Okay, what is the relationship between the different file systems, different means what is the relationship between the students, course, teachers, departments, okay, managers, okay, like this. So logical structure, the way of they are connected, right? There is a logical structure. Physical structure means where data should be physically located. Is the data actually database, right, is stored here. It may be in the local premises, same building, different building, maybe in the cloud. So physical location of the database, okay, this also must be considered, because it will affect the performance, right? That's one thing. Accessibility, performance. So we'll see one more concept is data modeling. This is one of the data management and data modeling plays an important aspect of organization business activity. So data modeling, so how do you design, okay, how do you design the data in the database here? So data model is a diagram of data entities, okay, and their relationships, right? And what is entity and their relationship is defined with help diagrams, the data model. So the same thing for particular department, assume it's a data model. For if you design the same with the help of diagram for the whole enterprise, huge organization, large, this is called enterprise data modeling. Similar definition is similar. Data modeling done at level of the entire enterprise. There's also a data enterprise data modeling. Now this the help of diagrams, symbols representing the data organization, data and relationship between the data, relationship between the entities with the help of graphical symbols is called ER diagram, entity relationship diagram. One entity to another entity. What is the relationship, right? What is the relationship between student and teacher? Relationship between student and course. Okay, this is entity relationship model. Employee task relationship, manager employees. So you see more about this one. This is a relationship. Talk about this one. Example here, entity relationship diagram or ER diagram for customer order database. So customer, he visiting the store, shop, either online or maybe a physically, right? So for example, there he will interact with the salesperson. Now salesperson, he is serving the customers, right? So this is relationship. Salesperson one entity, customer is another entity. So salesperson serving, this is the task role of the salesperson to serve the customer. See this diagram, 3 lines here. This is called multiple customers. A salesperson can serve multiple customers at one time. Okay, customer can be served by a single sales person, maybe more. So this is one relationship. This is how you design. Okay, this is kind of. Now again, customer places orders, right? Customer places buying many products, so he will make order of like mobile phones, televisions, any other gadgets, books, right? Gifts, sports items. So it has orders. This order includes group of items, a line of items. Each items you must specify the product. What is your product? Mobile, okay, memory, computer, television, right, books, anything. So grocery even, right, specify the products. Also this order must generate the invoice. So here this is a relationship. How do you do the business? This is a kind of e-commerce, if it is online or it is offline also, right? So this is one entity relationship diagram. So a salesperson serves the customer, such customer order the line of items. Based on this he specified each product cost, right, and generate the invoice, total invoice, okay, for the customer. See the customer entities here, right, how they are interacting. Salesperson interacting with the customer. These are salesperson, customer, order, line items, product, invoice. These are all entities. Okay, entity may be a thing, a person, or maybe a activity. Remember, entity a thing, a person, or an activity of the person. So this is order is a not a person, it's activity. Line of item is an activity, product is an activity, mostly product. What is a thing? Mostly a thing. Product is a thing. What is the thing here? Product name, product ID, product quantity, right? Like this example. Invoice date, invoice, how much invoice, money, discount, offer, whatever invoice, expiry, date of invoice, customer number, whatever you have in this one, right? So many data can be collected from this one. This is AR diagram. So we'll simplify AR diagram more. For more easy to understand, I have added this one, student. What is student here? Student roll number is a means ID number, student name, last name, grade. Student enroll. This is one responsibility, 1 to n. This is another kind of modeling only, right? Instead of showing 3 lines, here 1 to n. A student can enroll many courses. Okay, n means number of many courses. Course, what is course? Course ID, course code, course name, course duration, course credit, number of hours, credit hours, course teachers. Also you can have. Okay, more many. This is simplified ER diagrams. A student has login details, maybe a Blackboard or Educate, right? Anything. So he has password. So this is the relationship. How you design the database, right? This is with the help of this diagram. First you design the database as a modeling with the help of VR diagram, then you create the tables as according to this designs, right? This example here. So how do you see this relationship between student, course, login? Student has login account. So this is called a relational database model. Actually this is one relational database model, RDBMS, relational database management model also. Okay, so relational model means simply a relation nothing but table, relation nothing but table, jadwal. Okay, a simple but highly useful way to organize data into collection of two-dimensional tables. Table is nothing but two-dimensional, right? Not 3D. Two-dimensional tables called relations. Called relations. Is a table simply called a relation, right? So one table can relate to another table. Another table can relate to another table. Here, simple example: student table has relation with course table. Student table has relation with login table. Okay, like this. So there are many relational databases, includes Oracle, the most powerful and use advanced one here, IBM, Microsoft SQL Server also, Microsoft Access, a simple basics one, Microsoft MySQL, Sybase, many types, different types of relational databases. Yeah. What is the concept of domain? What is domain here? What is domain? A range of allowable values for a data attribute. For example, you have attribute ID number. What is the range here? It may be a 10 digit. Okay, it's not a text, it should be a number, right? So that's a range. What is range? Or simply if you say gender, male or female, so with that range is available only male and female, not the third one, right? We cannot put in number, images, any other data item over there. We just put the data item which is suitable for the field. That is a domain, which domain it is working, right? The range of allowable values. What is the value of that data attribute? That data item actually, the data item range is called domain. Okay, so this concept used in relational database. See here, example here, we have three relations. One is project relation, a table, department table, and manager table, right? For any organization, they have different departments, they have managers for each department, and they have each department has projects, right? So this one, this is example I show you here with here simply example here. We have manager, manager has working for many departments. Okay, one relation supervising the departments, manager supervising like a chairman which supervise all the uh, majors of the department supervising. Each department has project, task, student, courses like this. Okay, so each department has manager, department has project. So this is a relationship. This is ER diagram, simplify ER diagram. Associated with this diagram we have the tables here, right? Remember, each table must have a unique ID to identify that table, right? To identify the record of the table right here. For example, you have project table. We have different projects like project ID, what is the project description, and which department is handling this project. 257. What is 257 department number? 257 here. It is dealing with the accounting department. So who is the manager here for handling supervising this manager? 0051063. So has relationship with this manager here, SSN, right? So this is the means his name is John. John is monitoring the accounting department, who is handling the project payroll. So all are linked, right? We'll see more about this one. Okay, this simplified ER diagram helps you to understand many things, right? So what is the manipulating data? You say once your data is captured, stored in the database, how do you manipulate this data in the database, right? So first is the first manipulating is selecting, choosing, retrieving, mostly eliminating rows according to certain criteria. Here criteria nothing but some queries, questions which is users will request to the database management. So database management with help of programs will select the rows according to some conditions, criteria of the users. Okay, users request. That's simply just remember eliminating rows according to certain criteria. That is called a eliminating is nothing but not okay, just extracting, removing, extracting for the to view. Okay, that's one is eliminating here, eliminating rows. What is projecting? Again, projecting means eliminating columns, okay, in a table. So what are the columns in a table here? Simple example here, if I say rows here, this one 155 example, I want to see what are the projects. So it will eliminate rows, these rows. If you say what is projecting, project description department, this is projecting column wise. Okay, combining, joining nothing but combining two or more means sometimes we need to combine two or more tables to generate the uh, required information based on the user's query. Okay, so that's one thing. Linking means linking or combining two or more tables with common attributes, primary key. This is what relation database tables here. So two or more tables are, this is example, simple example of this one here. Okay, combining, link this manager, okay, and manager ID with department ID and department ID with the project ID, right? So they are linked together. They are linked. This is called linking example. You see this one example here. It's very here, right? For example, you want to see the sales manual project. Sales manual project. So who is a responsible department for handling this project? So 598. So this 598, see here, the 598 is in the department table. Okay, this is a primary key. Who is identifying this row? Again, this one, who is the manager is supervising? Again, come to here, manager, this key here. So who, when he was hired here, so you have this complete details from single ID. We can extract the complete details about the projects, right? Simply just like this is one table, this is table, you take one part of the table, when sell one part of the table, this part of the table we just cut it, again extract it or eliminate it, again another part from another table, okay, linked, and this part is linked with this part, again this part of this portion, the portion of the table will be combined, again from this table we combine another table, so we generate fourth table, right? So we can generate fourth table, so which is a query of the users, right? Those you are using. So we are just taking some portion of each table, linking by use the concept linking. This got linking data tables to answer any inquiry, right? So this is how the data extracted from the different tables of the database to answer the query. The another way of maintenance and data management is data cleaning. Data cleaning or data cleansing or data scrubbing, all are same, right? So what is this here? Cleaning is a process of detecting and then correcting or deleting incomplete, incorrect, inaccurate, irrelevant record that reside in the database. Sometimes we capture the data from various sources. We can get the some duplication data, inconsistent data, inaccurate data, incomplete data, okay, some fields without names, empty data, okay, and some data which is not necessary, unnecessary data, irrelevant data or records. So the process of data cleaning is this database management is helps to, okay, to remove all this unnecessary, irrelevant, inaccurate data, okay. So using this process called data cleaning, data cleansing, okay. The cost of performing data cleansing can be quite high, okay. So it requires some more applications, some programming skills, so to remove this unnecessary data. Big data is not data, is historical data. You have huge amount of data, so it takes a long time and it cost for cleaning, okay. Cleaning process, simply cleaning is like you clean your home, office, everything, so it will cost, right? So you need high labor for this one. So what is database management system? Simply here, database DBMS. Now the creating and implementing the right database system ensure that database will support both business activities and goals. So this is what, so database management system ensure that database will support both business activities and goals like decision making, making profits. Capabilities and types of database systems may vary considerably. There are different types of databases, their capabilities, their types of data they store is different, right? So that will have different. Mostly the first paragraph is very important one. What is database management system? So we have like simple data types. Two types only: single user database and multi-user database. Single user means it is installed on your single computer and accessed by a single user. Single serve a single user. Like simple example, Microsoft Access. Okay, many other examples. Multi-user database where it will serve more than hundreds of users at a time can access the database. Example includes Oracle database, Microsoft SQL Server, Sybase, IBM database. Many different types companies or vendors have developed for multi-user database management systems. Another type is flat file. Simple a file system. Simple a file system where does not have any relationship with one file to another file. Assume like a OneNote, Evernote, Notepad. You see examples here. OneNote. Okay, we have know this one. Okay, so even text document, okay, where you cannot link one document to another document like this one. This is simplest form of database types. This is one of the type of the database, right? So what is SQL database? So this a structure query language is a language. Structure full form is structure query language, special purpose programming language for accessing and manipulating data stored in relational database. So how do you access, how do you get the data, how do you select, combine the data, how do you make inquiry, query, okay, using this language called SQL. SQL, or you can say SQL, you can pronounce like SQL or SQL, right? A programming language, okay, for creating some queries. Simply you can say to create a query for accessing and manipulating the database, okay, relation database. So SQL database conform means follows the ACID properties to conform the acid properties. What is acid property? It has acid, not chemical acid, okay. This is database acid property. That is atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability, right? So we'll this is not included the details of this acid property, but have added this slide for knowledge, okay. What is atomicity? The entire transaction take place at once or does not happen at all, right? So atomicity ensure that your transaction should be done or not done, should be complete or incomplete, right? Both. should be happen or should not be happen. That is atomicity, right? That's one. The consistency means whatever you changes to the database, okay, should be consistent before and after the transaction. Means the data should be consistent, should be in valid state, valid and true state, should have meaningful state after the transaction you did. Before the transaction, the data was valid state. After the transaction, your data must be valid, must be well, should not be inaccuracy, irrelevant, right? That's a consistency. Data should be uniform, same, right? Another is isolation. Since there are many users accessing the data, so every same time they're accessing, right? So it all the transaction, this isolation makes sure that all the transactions are should not interfere with each other, right? Everyone should be executed and done, all the business activity should be done without interfering the others one. So, okay. Durability, changes of the successful transaction occurs even if the system failures. Means while doing the transaction, system, you done the transaction, you have successfully done the transaction, right? Then system, unfortunately system fail, even this database makes sure once the system restore, it should have commit the transaction, whatever the transaction done by the users. So even the system failure, the transaction must be successfully implemented or committed, right? This is outside of the slide. If you just remember the name ACID-NF. No SQL. So we have one SQL, another is no SQL, right? So this is a database designed to store and retrieve data in a manner that does not rigidly enforce the atomic conditions associated with the relation database. I mean, there is no concept of like ACID properties. This is just whatever the way you capture the data, you can retrieve the same manner. Okay, so this way you, I mean, it does not take much time. It's increase the, it's a more fast and greater scale, means it will grow the data. Means here database SQL is the data is organized, kept order, and there are many other processing things. But here the data is stored as it is retrieved in a manner, right? Whatever the data is captured, at the same way you can retrieve the data here. So what is the use of this one? It provides faster performance. The performance is very faster and greater scalability. It support more huge space. Okay. Example, Cassandra database used by Facebook. So they have this type of database. No SQL structured database. There is no structure. There is no need to write any language. We no need to write access our data, store the data in the Facebook, right? So Cassandra, DynamoDB used by Amazon. So for faster performance to serve their users mostly, because they need a faster performance. If your Facebook or Twitter, any WhatsApp or YouTube is very slow, it is performance very slow, they have different special type of database mostly, so you lose the users. Another types of database we see here, visual database. Visual is nothing but images, storing images, right? Slips, digitals, anything digital records, right, in the form of images. Okay, so they have some visual types of databases, okay, to store the images, a kind of images, visual, like x-rays, medical fields, x-rays, vital records, important records, also in the form of records. Okay, this is visual database. Okay, then is another spatial database, which usually is to store the map website, where you see in the website you see the location map, right? Maps are embedded in the websites, web applications, and operational system. So especially related to space, locations. Okay, this spatial database is designed to store such kind of data. What is activities of database? What are the activities of database? How it will useful to the users? Okay, how do you interact with this database? Okay, it provides a user view of the database. A user can see what is the data, tables, data fields, a database, everything what is inside in the database. This provided the whole user view to the database. And next is adding and modifying the data. We can add the data, we can modify the data, right? So allows users to add and modify the data. User means those who are specialized in the database management. Storing and retrieving. We can store the data, we can retrieve the data. Manipulating data and generating the report. Mostly you can manipulate the data based on your query and to generate the reports for making decisions. Let's see one by one here. Providing a user view. How a view, you provides a information about the data to the users, right? So using the concept called schema. Schema is a description of entire database. So it's a separate file, a file which will describe the database, what is inside the database, how many tables, how many files, okay, what is the relationship, okay, primary key, foreign key, table values, table data, everything, the relationship between the files, everything is described in this. So here the database management system can use this schema to find where to access the requested data in relation to attain a piece of data. Means in order to access the data, specific data, so database management system will access this schema file to extract the data for the user's view. So the schema is a simple description of the entire database. Storing and retrieving data. When application program needs data, it requests data through the database, right? So retrieving, this process means a user with the help of application programs, right? So he can store the data as a form, or he can retrieve the data, okay, through the use of application program, okay, through DBMS, right? So it also allows to ensure that concurrency control. So also ensure the concurrency controls, okay, so that no it supports more than one users to access the same piece of data, same piece of record, okay, by number of users. So it controls the concurrency control. Mostly concurrency control also done by the DBMS to ensure that more users or more than one user can access the same time same data, okay. So this data is record mostly. So this is storing and retrieving data. Example here, you see DBMS accessing the data storage here, database complete here, and this is interface to the users. Managements are using database directly, other softwares using other application, third-party software or programs, okay. So can access through database, can access the, no one can access directly data storage here, right? Data, the only DBA can do this one. So it is the users and users who can access this database through the data management system. Here this is logical path, means some programming, linking, relationship, everything is logical access path. This is physical access path, where data is directly connected to the database management system, okay. What is, how do you manipulate and generate the reports? I see with the help of query by example. This is also a query, this is one of the visual approach for developing database query or request. Simply SQL structure is programming language, structure programming language, where you have to write a structure by coding, write some programming code. Here query by example is QBE, is visual, means interactive way, graphical user ways. To developing the database queries are requests to extract, delete, update the data activities, database activities. So data manipulation is a language provided by the database to allow user to access and modify the data to make queries and generate reports. So this will help, okay, users, okay, to access the data. Means there's a manipulation language, means these are simply a queries also, similarly queries, okay, which has like example insert, delete, update. These are the manipulation language, right? To these are to manipulate, modify the data, okay, in the database. So this is a language where it's supposed for the users, okay, to generate reports, also to generate the reports in the form of to view the information as required information. Once the data has been set up and loaded in the data, it can produce reports, documents and other output which are useful for the organization to achieve their goals and making decisions, right? So this is one thing for generating the reports. So that's one thing. And now next is database administration. So we have one highly qualified, trained, information professional, skilled, qualified and experienced called a database administrator, okay, who is working with defining the data needs. What is your data needs, performance of your database, testing the database, backup, recovery database, and securing your database, authorized access. Mostly he will looking care of a whole data, physical database. Mostly he's working with a physical database. Okay, who's accessing the database. Okay, backup, recovery, testing, evaluating the database, improving the performance, speed up the process. Okay, this is database administrator. Another is like data administrator. Not database, non-technical guy. A database administrator is technical guy, is non-technical guy position, responsible for defining and implementing consistency principles for a variety of data issues. Examples: data standard. He defined the data standard. What data he will analyze, what type of data here, what is the field values, right? What is a relationship? Okay, and logical way. He is defining data definition. Mostly define the data definitions, analysis of data. Okay, queries that applies across all the database of the organizations. This is a database, data administrator. He is a logical analyzers, like unlike physical by database administrator, right? So that's one thing. Database administrator can have high level position, reporting to the top level manager. This is also there has one of the guy who will report to the top level manager is data administrator. Let's see different types of database management system. Popular one, MySQL. Okay, open source. Sorry, here open source relational database, MySQL, Postgre, MariaDB, SQLite. Okay, now relational database for individual and work group. I mean, this will support both for work group and individually, right? For small industries, mostly small companies, IBM Lotus, Google Base, and for enterprise, a huge organization, we cannot use Microsoft access over here. We can use Oracle, Sybase, IBM, Microsoft SQL Server, NoSQL, Cassandra, right? MongoDB, Couch. This is NoSQL, like Facebook, Twitter, okay, Amazon. They will use this one. So this is for just knowledge purpose, okay. But this is mostly these two are and these three are very important. Just remember for knowledge. So popular database management system. Okay, nowadays most of the companies organization are because for managing, because organization grows, the business grows, so you require a huge amount of storage capacity, huge servers to manage, and many employees. Okay, database administrator, data administrator, data analysis, right? Data as the companies grows, they require more maintenance cost, right? So that will cost the organization. So instead of, they will use the concept, they will use the service of the cloud providing a service called database as a service. Okay, where all the responsibility, database administrations and data management, data manipulation, data of activities, everything is done by and provided by the service provider instead of organization. So organization just take the service and to store their huge amount of data over the cloud. Okay, so database as a service, DaaS. The database is stored in service providers servers. Instead of your local server, you keep in the cloud servers, store in the cloud server. The database is accessed by the client over a network, typically the internet. So you must have internet over here, right? Database administrator is handled by the service provider. Example by services by DaaS is Amazon relational database service. You can use this relational database service to store your company's data and information over there. Okay, so using database with other applications, other softwares, simply can say database can act as front end and back end. Means it can act as application also, sometimes it act as a application and back end. Mostly you can see here example we just seen here, front end application interact directly with the people. Means if you use database as a front end, so you can directly, users can directly access database management system without using application, right? That's data front end people. Back end is back end application interact with other programs, right? That's a database has two faces, can act as front end and back end. For example, you say here you directly access database, that is using database management. For example, you're accessing through using Educate program, so that is back end. Okay, like a simple example here. Another is spin-off database. What is spin-off? Spin nothing but when you are working on database systems, you will come across with another concept, another type of database called spin-off database, like a byproduct. You are making one product, by using those product you can make another product associated with this product, that is called byproduct. So like a spin-off database is a byproduct of database management system that evolves a new types of databases like big data, data warehouse, data mining, data marts, and business intelligence data. So this is spin-off database. There is once you have database, you have huge amount of information in your organization database. So we, for making decisions, information is required by the managers. They have some tools, they use some tools, application programs for to view this information for making decisions, like a form of called online analytical processing, OLAP, right? A form of analysis. This is tahleel, right? Analysis that allows users and managers mostly to explore, to go deep into the data from number of perspectives with views different views of looking the data and different views, or enabling style of analysis like slicing, dicing, right? If you have a cube of data, for example your data represents the form of cube, so you can do the slicing, you cut the part, you cut this part, dicing, you roll up, you drill down, pivot, you have lot of operations you can do on the cube to view a different, for different views, different perspective. This is one tool is called online analytical processing, a program, you can say program also, and mostly it's analysis tool, right? So to view, explore the data from different perspectives, like you say example, you want to see the sales by quarterly, sales by half yearly, sales by yearly. Same sales you can see with different timing, right? Sales by region wise, sales by country wise, this way. Next is predictive analysis. There's also kind of analysis with the help of your historical data, previous data, and your assumptions. With the help of tools, you can predict the future outcomes, future events, future. So example, you say future product sales based on the demand, request, and timing, and you and the customers. Okay, so you can predict the future product sales, how many sales you can predict. For this year last 3 years I produced 100 products. Okay, next in 2000, for example 2018 I produced 100, again in 19 110, and 2020 I produced 105. So you predict, okay, based on this analysis, historical data, your assumption, and so you can produce 120, 115, 117. So this is your based on your historical data, you can predict the outcome of future events, right? This is called predictive analysis. Future sales forecasting, I can say sales forecasting also. Another way of use data information, for analysis is data visualization. How do you visualize the data? You see, nowadays you have coronavirus, you can visualize data in the form of various trends, patterns, right? Graphs, charts. So like these line charts, pie charts, bar charts. So this is called data visualization. How do you see the data? That mostly the trends you can see. Analyzing data, charts, graphs make it easier to see the trends and patterns. Identifies the opportunity for further analysis. This is also used for analysis. Example, use SAS Visual Analytics Excel program also used to create these charts. This is called data visualization. We'll see more about data visualizations. Social graphic analysis. Okay, so social graph analysis, where data is also a data visualization technique in which data is represented as a network, shabakat, right? Here the vertices, this point like a red, green, okay, is individually data points, social network users, like a users, okay, and edges, the line, the khat between these two users is called vertices. It's called edges. It's called edges. So it seems like this is like a corona also. So how they are spreading and how they are connected, right? That's also you can visualize. This also visualization technique in social, like Facebook, like you have connected to the Facebook or Twitter. How do you connect it, have relationship with others? Next is uh, data visualization KPI. The KPI is a quantifiable measurement that access the progress towards organization goals and reflect the critical success factor of an organization. Every organization has goals. They have some set of goals. So how do you assess these goals? They will set up a quantifiable measurements, right? So that measurement will assess the progress towards the organization goals. So they will set up them goals. These goals can be measured, can be accessed by using some KPIs. Okay, so this KPI can be visualized, can be displayed with the status with the help of tool called dashboard. A dashboard is data visualization tool that displays the current status of the key performance indicators for an organization. How much progress you did, okay, what progress you made in 3 years, 1 year, okay. So thus dashboard will explain everything about the KPI of the uh, organization. Simple example is our COVID coronavirus in with respect to Saudi Arabia. Here there are many cases every time, right? We'll see the trends, we'll see the with the help of diagrams, city wise, region wise, mostly number of infection cases, number of disease cases, number of recoveries, okay, with region wise, right? So you can see this one, and you can see what is your progress, recovery cases against the disease cases, against the infection new cases, date wise, month wise, yearly wise, okay. So this is a simple dashboard where you can get the information. Based on this information you can make decisions of the for the organizations. This is the end of this chapter here. So that's one. Hope everyone understand this one, right? Let's